something a lot of our viewers love. It is cookbooks. Mike Ward is here to walk you through what you might want to look for in a cookbook. Now, I imagine that you love cookbooks. Are these all yours by any
This represents
chance?
about 3% of my personal collection.
Yes.
By the way,
Love
thank you
them.
for letting me do this segment because my kids hate me. Every Saturday morning I take them to Indigo. I put them in a corner. I spend about 3 hours scouring the cookbook. So I can now vent my passion out on you guys today.
Well, we love it because there are a lot of people as passionate as you are out there in our audience and our viewers at home. But there are a lot of things that you might want to think about before you go shopping for a cookbook, right?
Cookbooks are expensive nowadays. You know,
Yes.
a paper copy run you like 30 bucks, hard copy up to 50 for something, you know, beautiful. 130 recipes.
Yeah.
I tell people what you want to do is first find out what type of cookbook recipe book you are. There's two types. There's those that love the story. They love the writing. It's the Saturday afternoon, the cozy blanket, and they read it like a novel. And then there's me, which is I like pretty pictures with a little bit of writing.
Okay.
So obviously because I know how to cook for a living, I'm inspired by the picture and then I'll look at the recipe.
Got it. So you are more of a functional, you want it for more functional reasons. You actually want to cook, so you want to make sure everything's outlined for you.
So when you know what kind of person you are, that instantly divides you into one of those two tracks.
Yeah.
And then really you can quickly figure out what's for you by simply opening it. And if there's a world of copy, okay, I like that. If there's a world of pretty pictures, okay, I like that.
Right. Pictures are so important. I don't understand cookbooks that try and get away with not having a lot of photography, because for me as a chef, or a non-chef, I should say, I want to know what it's actually supposed to look like in real life.
I want to make that.
I want to make that. So if there's no picture of it, that's a problem.
It is amazing. And speaking of that, Lydia, who's been around forever, you guys have probably heard of her. Look at the pictures in this. You know,
wow,
whoa,
those are stunning.
Is that for you?
Yeah,
it's
that's not for me.
Either. But
that's not for me.
Terrific recipes, all legit. If you follow the recipe, you will never screw up the food on that.
You'll be fine.
The other end of that spectrum would be, of course, Jamie Oliver and Donna Hay, and even. Well, Otto Lengi is a huge popular guy who's come out in the last 10 years. Owns a restaurant in London, does phenomenal looking food, but the pictures that he has all look kind of attainable. Gordon Ramsay, on the other hand, we all know Gordon. Although he's done a couple of cookbooks that are, he's trying to dumb it down for the home cook, but his stuff is, Michelin rated, what I call kind of squeeze bottles and piping bags, and it looks lovely, but it will never look like that.
Yeah, okay. What do we need to know in terms of the photography? So that we don't set ourselves up for, crazy expectations.
For crying on the book.
For crying on the book.
Okay.
So it doesn't look anything like that.
Yeah, and as you can see, these are covered in tears, some more than others. So for me, I mean, Donna Hay and Jamie Oliver really invented what I call kind of unconscious, conscious food styling. So they were the first ones to say, you know what, when I garnish it with my chopped herbs, I'm just going to throw it. And that's the way it lands, and that's what I'm going to photograph. So a photo like this, for instance, God love you, yours will never look like that, and nor will mine. I mean, that has that has been baked, and each piece of fruit has been individually picked and placed and then removed, and it's scoured by a committee. But Donna Hay and Jamie Oliver, for instance, a little more, okay, I can make it look like that.
Yes, okay, so they're a little bit more unstructured, and I noticed on your Instagram account, that's how you do your food styling.
I love it. Yeah.
It's almost like it's unstyled styling.
Because I think when it's out of reach, you can't make it. It's fearful. And for me, I want a cookbook that kind of stretches my borders a little bit, but puts me within my comfort zone, because I don't want to spend 40 bucks and put on the shelf and never use it.
Right, like I do.
Like you do, yes. I'll give you 50 cents on the dollar for all your cookbooks.
I want to know, out of all of these books, which one do you go to during the week? You got to feed the girls, you got to get it done, you want to try something new. Which one do you use?
It would be the love of my life, Donna.
Oh, Donna.
Fellow Australian, she, every page is a picture.
So beautiful.
They are just glorious. And I can make something, I mean, I can, because I do this for a living. But you can make, maybe you can't. But you can make something that looks like this.
You can make something that looks like that.
And you know what? If you reach out to her on Instagram, sometimes she'll get back to you. Which is really fun, Some of these guys will interact with you.
I like that. You're not stalking her, are you?
A little bit,
A little bit?
I've signed all her books myself with my own signature. Because